get this stuff started and get this show on the road. So today's only going to be one match. We are starting technically an hour late because of daylight savings. It happened in the European area, but hasn't happened yet for the US. So technically this is being streamed at 4:30, but for them it's still 3 to 3:30. So excuse me. Now, there are multiple objectives today. It looks like Blue 4, who are going to be playing as our Soviets today, are going to start at the Pelton camp base. We got Op4 spawning on the northern side there. I think those represent the capture zone for the VIP. That's the FOB they're going to be fighting for today. I think the main spawns are going to be here and here. So anyway, this is an OFCRA PvP One Life operation. We try to host these every Thursday, tech permitting. Last week we didn't cover it, for example, because Ace updated and yeah, caused a little bit of a ruckus there. Broke a few things with the mission file, but otherwise it should be about, let me check the numbers here. We're at about 80 players right now, so this will be about a 45v55.
Team 6.
And Ezia.
Hello, nice to see you again. Hope it will be a great Mason.
Thank you for the 3-month resub at tier 3. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Also, I love how the frickin' text-to-speech said it as Nissan, like a Nissan car instead of a mission. Happens all the time. I suck at English too. But otherwise, let's go over the 4 different ways that either side can score points today. So Soviets again as Blue 4, funny enough, and the Mujahideen as Op 4 Phase 2. The first one was Soviets versus Afghan Army, and the Soviets won. So now it's the meat and butter of, excuse me, the bread and butter of the Soviet-Afghan war, fighting between Soviets and the guerrilla force of the Mujahideen. So, with that said, 4 objectives. First and foremost, there are 2 objectives that both sides are going to be going for. One is a FOB that is in the town of Arobastur. Whoever has units in control of that FOB in that purple zone by the end of the mission will score points. The second objective both groups are going to be going for is a gunner to an Mi-24 that was shot down and is alive. Op 4 has to bring him up here, and Blue 4 has to bring him down here. The third objective is this ammunition depot. Op 4 is trying to capture 2 ammo trucks in this location and keep them safe, whereas Blue 4 is trying to destroy them. And then the fourth is the supremacy bonus, only worth a single point today. That is if the Mujahideen, for example, were to kill all but 5 or leave 5 or less Soviet troops remaining, then the Mujahideen get 1 point. And if the Soviets kill 5, get the Mujahideen down to 5 or less players, then the Soviets get a point. So we'll see how things go there, but otherwise 4 different objectives, 3 main ones, and then, you know, 1 little side one there. And we'll just have to see how things go. Otherwise, we're still in the warm-up phase. Feel free to place your bets. Neither side is really attacking or defending. It's just a matter of who gets there first. Obviously, it's a little bit of an advantage for the Mujahideen because they're right on top of these positions. But the Soviets will have air power in the form of helicopters. So we'll just have to see what groups spawn with both sides. Ivno, thank you for the 6-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Also, when the scenario officially starts, I will make this go away. People have been asking me for exploding emus. I negotiated something with Devour, and he shot me a price, and that's the price. So, if you want exploding emus, and these will go public one day, that's how much it costs, and we've already gotten 50 of it, 50 bucks forwarded for that. But otherwise, we'll take a deeper look. Looks like the mission is going to be pushed through in 30 seconds. I will be put in the TFAR channel. You're going to hear everyone get pushed in the TFAR channel. Just ignore it. That is so we can hear their in-game comms as well. And, of course, the music today, since it's Soviet-Afghan war, I thought, fuck it. We could either do the normal Middle Eastern music we do, or we can do something like Red Alert too, since it's Soviet theme. So, there was everyone being moved to the TFAR channel. Let me go ahead and keep my word. We'll make that little Deagle thing go away for the sake of the footage, but it will always be available nonetheless. And let's go ahead and look at Blue 4 here. Also, how you doing, Nemesis? Alright, so I don't think those are supposed to have any ammo. I think these are just for show. I don't see the actual rockets in there. I would say that's a little broken that the Soviets get BM-21s, but hey, c'est la vie. So, Soviet-Afghan War, the Soviets are rocking AK-74s. We're seeing RPKs, though. So that's 7.62 by 39 and 5.45 base calibers here. RPG-7s, some long-range radios, some... these are VDV airborne, but it looks like those guys are being the officers here. And we also have some RPG... I think that's an 18? No, is that what I... That might be an RSGH, the thermobaric warhead one. In which case, that's a little... It's a little overkill. We got some marksmen with SVDs. I'll be having to watch those guys. I don't know why Bat just shot Matt, but okay. They shot him so hard he's spinning. I guess I'll get my notepad out and start writing down highlight timestamps, because, yeah, you know, shooting your buddy and making him spin to win. I feel like that's, yeah, well, we'll keep that going. Otherwise, looks like the Soviets have an unarmed Mi-8, so they won't be able to do those gun runs similar to the last Mujahideen mission, but they do have multiple BTR-60s. And we are seeing, what is this called? The MTLB, I believe. That only has a 7.62 machine gun. The BTRs are superior with that 14.5 and 7.62, respectively. And otherwise, that is it for what I'm seeing here. On the roster, we've got someone who I do not recognize, Kabakwakowski. I don't even know how I'm going to pronounce that, to be perfectly honest. But there you go. Briggs is going to be his 2IC. We've got CSF, one of the Czechoslovakian communities. That's not what they're called. They're called the Czech Republic now. Sorry about that. One of the Czech Republic communities playing on the side, as well as the community that we also see play in FNF. I forget their name, but it has members like Despo, Timex, Syax, Skipu, Venix, or Vexen, excuse me, Templar, Giovanni. I think the only one we don't see in FNF is Giovanni, but I could be wrong there. Otherwise, we also have FJB49. Don't remember what that stands for, but they're going to be taking Alpha 2-2. We got players like Ezio, Cali, Nortz. And then we've got Mikhail, who is a pretty good player in his own right, Cheeseburger and Hood. And then Seal William, Ibnek, who normally streams. And we have Ziki, which means Zixme is probably going to be on the other side. Ziki and Zixme, the yin and yang of each other, two of the best players in OFCRA, in my opinion. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look over at OPFOR, aka the Mujahideen. They have some 50 cal, not technically, 12.7 caliber off-roads. These have a limited front firing angle, though. They can't fully turn around, so they have to be facing forward. We got 2 motorcycles. We have some PKT. No, these are actually PKMs, just fused onto the front. We have 3 of those. Oh, gosh, wait, no, we have a lot of them. We have, wow, all right, so we have 4 technicals, and we have 3, technically 9 technicals. 3 that fire 7.62 with the PKMs, and then 4 that fire 12.7, which are, I mean, that will pen the BTRs and eliminate them in the MTLB as well. And then we have some standard transport helices that can take about 8 people. And then again, as I mentioned, those 2 motorcycles. So yeah, really, really hit and run here in these tactics. Looking at their weapons, looks like they have AKMs, so your standard 7.62 by 39 weaponry that the Mujahideen used. I don't see any bolt-action rifles or whatnot, which is, you know, also more of what they use, but these guys, I guess, are just a more well-supplied sec. They also have RPG-7s. We're seeing some AK MSUs, or I forget the designation, but U stands for that, that folding stock, because it's more used as a submachine gun at that point. And then we have some PKM gunners on foot. What is up with everyone either twirling or running in place? He just knocked him out of the way and he's still running. All right. I'm not seeing any marksmen here. Yeah, no, they don't. I don't see any marksmen here. We do have RPG 18s though. So yeah, no, that means that the the Soviet players have RSGHs, which are the thermobaric warheads. That should be interesting. But yeah, the Soviets also have like marksmen and shit too, so a lot of these guys are just standard riflemen. Interesting, interesting. All right, now looking on the roster here, we have the FAWR community, which are a pretty good community in their own right. They play time and time again within OFCRA. Great to see what they'll do. I'm anticipating, well, I want to see what they do today. Hopefully it's good. We have the OFCRA home community, which has the people that host the operation, so PHK, Manshot, I always butcher his name wrong. Zixme has renamed himself to Fuck Poland. Okay, I'm a little concerned about that, but as I said, when Ziki is on one team, Zixme is on the other, because those are two really good players. We have Nordic Prophet trying his hand in Op4 today. We also have NASA, who is my liaison to OFCRA, Mr. Dave, Goatland, Ivno, Shay, really good players there as well. Garrett Hawk, Parthias, Bob Winchester, Lemur, Effect of the House. These are a lot of names that we recognize. These ones, not so much, but hey, let's see if they can make a name for themselves. They always, Rixav, Nico, Sipu, Alex, Lux, and Nubas. Ah, this might be Nubas's group. He is someone I talk to a lot within this group. And Zixie is dead. Excuse me, Zixme has, hold up. Wait a minute. Something's wrong here. So it looks like Zixme's twin brother joined and he was promptly executed. Why? I don't know. That's just how this works in Arma 3 PvP. Don't ask questions because I don't know the answer. Okay, awesome. Anyway, Sky Online, Rick Hunter, Swola. I think we see Swola and FNF as well sometimes, but yeah, no, it's a good roster here. Looks like Op4 also has a little bit of the number advantage here. Blue 4, they barely have enough to fill an entire roster here, but if we scroll down, we have all of this, and then scroll down a little more, they've got some reserve players, so Op4 has a slight number advantage, but Blue 4 has more specialized gear. Go ahead and look at some of the turn-in zones. Op4 has to bring the pilot here. Blue 4, in my opinion, have the better area to do it because they have an actual fob and a lot of open areas that can help them lock down this fob itself, whereas Op4 with the Mujahideen, I mean, they've got a lot of trees that they got to fight against. They also have some hills, but that tree cover is going to really bite them in the butt, in my opinion. The pilot himself is right here, cable-tied, ready to be taken around. I'm not sure if he's killable or not. I don't have a symbol for him, so I'm not going to be able to always track his position, unfortunately. Game starts in 2 minutes. Here is the fob itself. It's nothing custom has been done to it. It's literally just the fob that's in the city. So it has the main entrance to the north. However, these Hescos you can climb on and then climb over, but that does expose you pretty hard. And then you've got this green wall over here. You can't climb over, but you have some areas that you can still breach the perimeter on. So I could see this being pretty well locked down, but you got to be careful because some of the buildings on the outskirts, people can get in and then shoot into the FOB's defensive positions and pick them off from afar. So that gives the Soviets a bit of an advantage because they have some of those SVDs, but I'll be curious to see if any of the Mujahideen players try to steal that. And then you have the ammunition depot over here, which is just this one area. Here are the 2 trucks that need to be captured or destroyed. Again, Op4 is trying to capture them, Blue 4 is trying to destroy them. I'll be really curious to see if Blue 4 tries to rush in with the helicopters, but I imagine Green 4 is going to try to rush this area as well. Where they're going to stash those Vics is anyone's guess. One minute. Yeah, Matt, if you... Oh, I always forget to list it. 1 second. Adding another command to the title, ! OFCRA. That will let you see, join their Discord. And if you want to come and play next week, because they do this every week on Thursday. Right now, if you're in America, they do it at 4 p.m. EST, which I believe is also 1 p.m. PST. But when we go into daylight, it'll move back to its standard 3 p.m. EST time slot. And the lighting just changed. Mission just officially started. Op4 were not ready. So they're getting their troops mounted now. A little bit of a false start there for Op4. Is Blue 4 ready to go? Blue 4 also a bit of a false start. They're trying to get their vehicles out now. But it looks like Blue 4 isn't going to utilize the Vic, and I think they just said something about there not being any fuel in it, so now they're having to fuel it up. Damn it, Nemesis. I said OFCRA, not FNF. FNF is on Fridays. OFCRA is on Thursdays. He's an admin for their community. That's why he's dropping that right now. Goober. FNF is coming out with a few special events either way. They haven't gone public, so I'm not going to mention them yet, but I am excited for them. What was your question, Nem? Sorry, I didn't see it. All right, so let's actually look and see what out of those 7 technicals were left behind. They left one of the PKM techies behind, which, yeah, you know, forward firing, I can imagine that. At least we see they'd leave that instead of one of the Dishka technicals, because the Dishka is superior to the PKM in every way, with the exception of magazine capacity. PKM would have about 100 rounds. Dishka technicals, if I recall correctly, have 50. Flip for Flap just got disconnected. Hopefully he'll be allowed to reconnect as a reserve slot. We also have a lot of units heading north here. This is a full squad of 7. Why they're heading north is anyone's guess. Perhaps they're fearing Blue 4 is going to do some sort of air assault from the north, but that's something you commit like your 2 motorcycles to go check out. You don't commit a full squad. Maybe they're getting a little cocky because they think they have that number advantage and they're going to be able to push it pretty well. But as Blue 4 is deploying here, it's clear that Op 4 is going to be the one playing defense with the objectives because they're going to be able to get right on top of things. Now, I'm going to also be curious to see what Op 4 goes for. It looks like they're going to go for the ammunition depot and the pilot, and they're not going to go for the FOB. So they're going to go for those 2 objectives, and that will give them enough points to hold the victory if they're able to keep those things secured. Oh, that's good to hear, Nem. Yeah, so since he just said it, I'm allowed to say it now. There will be a massive fight between Friday Night Fights and OFCRA. The communities of both sides are going to get into a pretty nasty PvP together. And I would love to see the Ziki and Zixme combo fight T5 Bay and Dooley. That would be a dream come true. Because, I mean, those 4 are just some of the best PvPers across everything I know about PvP. I'd love to see Coalition get in on it too. Not sure if they were invited by FNF, but that would be a day. All right, otherwise, Op 4 have secured the pilot. He is in this vehicle, and he is being brought over. I don't know why I do that. We can just do the 3rd-person camera. You have him in the shotgun seat right there. So I'll be trying to watch that group. I don't know where they're going to deliver him to, though. And Op 4 are bypassing all of the objectives, and they're going for some sort of defensive line. What? Who's in command? I actually have no idea who's in command. I think they're all just working together because I don't see any dedicated command slot. Interesting. So, yeah, Op 4 is going to dismount on the big open hillside here, and we're probably going to see a long-range engagement between the BTR's 14.5 anti-material machine guns and the Dishkas. So I think they're grabbing that guy, and then they're going to head to the ammunition depot, take the vehicles, and then flee north. These guys are on Overwatch right now just to make sure that the MI8 doesn't come around. That's why they also brought a Dishka to shoot it down. They brought 2 Dishkas to shoot it down, yeah. So I think it was a little bit of an overplan there, because Blue 4, they've got a few guys that are going to commit to it. And I think they just unlocked the MI8, as seen by that prompt. Because you just saw it say locked vehicles have been unlocked. So yeah, these guys that have the VIP, they're not going to go in and get those 2 vehicles. I'd assume that's why they drove here. Maybe the 2 in that Vic are going to dismount, but no, they're in a techie. So I don't know where they're driving to. I think they're just going to drive somewhere like completely off map. We got another group back here. So OFCRA just doing their best to secure positions so they can bring stuff to them, but I don't know where this is going to go. Someone read me off the numbers. A little worried about these OFCRA guys here. They're about to get flanked by a BTR. And as soon as we have people die, I need to mute myself because then we can hear them all. Oh my god, are they going to miss each other? They're going to miss each other. Is the BTR going to look right? Nope. BTR saw him. There's Jonathan getting shot to shit here. He gets taken out by the BTR. These guys are not turned around. I'm going to tab out real quick, mute myself, because we just heard Jonathan quietly whispering there in anger. We got the MTLB coming around. RPG fired. It is short. BTR is going to immediately back off. And that was a delay and a half. I think the RPG explosion actually killed this guy. This is 1 life, yes. 51% on Blue 4, 49% on OFCRA. Damn, it's even. Nice. MTLB is hurrying away. Those BTRs are backing off. And OFCRA not going for those trucks? Weird call. All right. Blue 4 now trying to suppress with that MTLB 762 turret. Excuse me. A coax is a gun attached to a turret, but that thing is just a 762 gun, so it is the turret itself. So Ezio's gotten up here. They've already taken 2 casualties. Massacre died back at base. Okay, that's weird. I mean, then again, it might be the same thing with Zixme. His twin brother died, so maybe Massacre's twin brother died too. Who knows? So right now, OFCRA still maintaining that small numbers advantage. Blue 4 have halted their lines. They're trying to figure out where OFCRA has gone. I don't think Blue 4 was expecting OFCRA to push all the way out here and hold that line. We've got Blue 4 also taking their defensive camp, but they need to get the VIP first before they move back to that camp. So it looks like OFCRA is starting to mount up to pull out of this area. Because they were just trying to buy themselves some more time. We have some OFCRA players in this area. They've left it, though. They got the Dishka attack. I guess they're defending, but any long-range RPG shot is going to blow up these 2 Vics. So I'm not sure if they're allowed to move them or not, but maybe with these 2 Vics pulling back, now they're going to grab the Vics and then pull out of the AO. So this has definitely stunted the Blue 4 commander, who's all the way... Oh, he's way out of the AO, so he only is relying on contact reports. He's not actually there to physically see anything. He's got a strong force on the south and then a smaller force with the BTR on the flank. And the helicopter has just deployed some of its forces to the north, and everyone here is mounting up because I think they saw that helicopter land. They're going to go hunt down these 3 Blue 4 guys, but one of them is Zicky. Now, he only has a AK-74U because of that wireframe on the back. He does have an RPG, but it's not loaded right now. And these guys are all looking around. I don't see any other casualties here. I think they're just doing more recon. OFCRA, I think, are going to drive down the valley and then come in. It looks like OFCRA is now taking this position. And they're going to play on the defensive here. BTRs have moved over to each other's position. The MTLB's group dismounted, but OFCRA is sending in infantry to launch a counterattack. I don't know where their vehicle... Oh, no, so they just dismounted them. They don't have a techie to support them. At this range, I think a techie would have been really nice for that supporting fire. A lot of blue 4 grouped up right here. It would be a perfect flank on that trench. The only thing I can think of is if this group had some sort of machine gunner with a PKM, he'd be able to get some good hits here. Because at this range, I don't think these AKs are going to do much. And at this range, the RPG, the cook-off of the warhead's about 750 meters. I don't think it's going to reach that MTLB. But they can't pursue anymore. They'd have to displace, head down this ridge, and then get to this open area, and then fight from here. And that's a really tough call. Maybe they can call a techie to come up and help them, but I don't know. OPFOR displacing up here, leaving those 3 blue 4 guys to come in from the north. Interesting. We still have this OPFOR force over here, I guess, just watching if blue 4 is going to do an elaborate flank. But it's not going to come in. Well, Storm, I'm glad this is some good ambience for you. Why is Benares unconscious? What happened to Benares? There was nothing over here to engage him. Did he get run over? It's a little confusing. So I think the blue 4 commander is now slowly coming up from the north. We got another truck coming in. And we still have a truck back there. Looks like blue 4 and OPFOR started engaging each other. Blue 4 popped smokes, so OPFOR started this engagement. Blue 4 immediately returned with smokes. I doubt we're going to see any casualties on either side here, because neither side really has the range to accurately hit each other. Yeah, I'm not seeing any marksman weaponry. Funny enough, the turret in this Vic is looking over at the completely wrong direction, completely unaware that this fight's going on. He saw the smoke. I don't think OPFOR should have engaged early on. They should have seen that and then displaced, grabbed their Vic, driven around over here, and then tried the engagement closer. Have it only be a harassing thing, then quickly gotten out of there. But at least if they closed the distance, they might have gotten an RPG range. So they could have opened up by attempting an RPG shot and then firing at the infantry and then immediately backing off. That's how the Mujahideen would do stuff, is those types of guerrilla warfare tactics. Because what OPFOR needs to focus on right now is widening the numbers gap by any way that they can to keep their number advantage, because the Soviets have superior gear, superior vehicles, superior everything. The main advantage that the Mujahideen have are numbers and mobility with their techies, and they need to capitalize on that. Love how the helicopters literally just auto-rotated up here. I'm trying to see if anyone has noticed that yet, because you could definitely get a 50 cal techie on an angle. Oh, okay, so Vlad's seen it. But at that position, I mean, they're going to be able to look outside the windows and see everything. See what he's doing? He's looking down through his big windows here. He was able to see those fortifications. He sees those guys under him. He sees those tracers coming in. Ooh, one of them just went behind his butt there. But that is... who was that flying? That's Flip from one of the Czech Republic communities, just getting a lot of good scouting data for Blue 4 so they know how to proceed. So they now know there's a position there, there's a position there. This group's going to report that position there. So now what Blue 4 should do is use this flanking force to attack that position, and then either go for that position or try to route that position or see where it's going. But I think Blue 4 has plenty of clearance to come up on this hilltop and just suppress the shit out of that compound with BTR-60s. Maybe use one of the BTR-60s to fire from range at that position to harass it and distract it, while this position then assaults it. They have resupply at their bases, yes, if they need it, but I've never seen someone go back for resupply. Usually it's just, you know, what's there is there. All right. Numbers-wise, it was about, I want to say for the 80 players, it was about 36 to 44 or 37 to 43. OFCRA had a very small number, excuse me. Yeah, no, OFCRA had a very small number advantage in the beginning of about 4 or 5 players. So now what we need to see is just Blue 4 take the mobility here. They want to try to use the higher ground so they can fire downwards into the base and get over these fortifications. They don't want to assault from the river because that's going to give them no openings. Now you got Zixme here putting pot shots at that helicopter, but those rounds are way too short. I mean, by the time they get up there, they're going to blue, which means they've lost a significant amount of their velocity. Look at them go. At this point, it's literally artillery, but hey, fuck anyone who's down there, because they're about to have a pretty bad day. I think they just despawned, actually. That's even better. I'm debating here. So OFCRA is going to try to flank around even more to hit Blue 4's southern side. Blue 4, meanwhile, they're getting their helicopter over here to try to find where that OFCRA force went. But if they say it's all clear, I think Blue 4 is just going to get on this ridge and start engaging. They've got rear security at the base camp here. And I still have no idea what this force is. I think it's being a Vanguard force right now. And then this three-man team, I don't know either. It feels like OFCRA is... They just have a lot of forces out of position here. And it makes sense because the first firefight, they were just guessing where Blue 4 is going to come in with no actual recon data. And that's how they got flanked originally. That's what cost them. And now you got the BTRs firing on this position. They're just spooking the Hornet's Nest here. Benno's running left and right, trying to bait them out further, but that is literally a click and a half in terms of engagement range. You're hearing the bullet impacts before you hear the sound of the gunfire, and Benno's actually firing back. Yeah, so now he's firing a little above the hill, but the crackling of the rounds going by is still freaking everyone out here. I don't think any of them really realize where that's coming from either. We see all of them kind of looking around going, where's that? What's going on? A lot of them think it's coming from the east. Interesting enough. So Blue 4 continues to be really slow about this. We might actually see an OFCRA force be able to come around over here and flank Blue 4 group on the rear. And I think if OFCRA is able to take out 2 of these small Blue 4 groups, I think that'll be GG. OFCRA will be able to overpower everything by then. Both sides are being incredibly cautious. Got OFCRA trying to drive around to Wickety Split here. Looks like they were parked in this compound, just getting the lay of the land before they maneuvered up a bit. Yep, they're driving up a few hundred meters, checking ridges, trying to figure out where Blue 4 is. Or at least verify that it's clear so they can continue to move out. That's a really smart play by OFCRA here. Now that they are getting a feeling for where Blue 4's positions are, they're trying to be cautious now. They don't want to drive right up to a BTR because that would completely wipe them all out. Still have that helicopter in low, or in a high flight here. He's tracking everything down at that little base. And he sees a massive trench line. That's his friendly forces digging something right here. Yeah, to keep this flank covered, I guess. And you still got people looking out in the back right here. You got someone bleeding. I think Despo has a minor injury, just hasn't realized it yet. But no rear security at all. Which, granted, you don't really need because it's all open ground. You just gotta occasionally check it. Blue 4's mounted up right here. I think they're going to do exactly what I said earlier. The BTR is going to suppress that hillside as this Vanguard force comes in to take that hill. But if they get that hill and eliminate that Op 4 force, they can then come in and flank this position, and then Blue 4 can start their main attack with minimal casualties. So Op 4 really needs their flank play to come in. They're also starting to commit this group to the south, which is kind of funny. We also have a Blue 4 truck out of position here. It's a fuel truck. I don't know if that's for the chopper or what, but that's a really weird thing to have. And then you have the Command Vic here. No, that's not the Command Vic. Yeah, just a group of 4 driving in here. Command is way in the back line still. But I feel like Blue 4 was really slow to maneuver because they were getting all the recon data from their helicopter, and then they made a plan and stuck with it. Op 4 didn't capitalize on the fact that there was a force coming in, and they didn't bring everything back because they still have a lot of stuff on the flanks, thinking Blue 4 is going to do something outlandish like this massive flank play. This is a waste of personnel, in my opinion. They should be helping with the flank attack here, because all this is going to do is have Op 4 be defeated in detail as Blue 4 just overpowers their position with just a manpower advantage, which is ironic because Op 4 has the number advantage in total, but because Op 4 is so spread out here and Blue 4 is starting to congeal on the main objectives, I think Blue 4 is in a good spot right now. I appreciate the caution this group's been doing, but they're not the issue. The issue is just these other forces that are just really fearful of these really wide flanks, which, granted, the fear is justified because we've seen that in OFCRA in the past, but if they really want to be cautious about it, they should just go stash the pilot somewhere and then go pick them up later, you know? And then just focus on the ammunition depot and then some local forces to do some flanks of any Blue 4 groups that come in. So I don't think that fuel truck knows what's going on because he's about to drive right next to an Op 4 position. And if they let him go, he's going to keep driving up to where that Blue 4 position is and give them away. So what? Dude! Holy fuck, Vlad! The dude just one-tapped him! That was a 300-meter shot uphill, so possibly a 400-meter shot. And the dude one-tapped him in the head with iron sights. Holy fuck! Damn! Damn! So, I mean, the blessing in disguise there is at least that Vic's not going to drive up and give away that friendly position. I don't know what Blue 4 was trying to do with it. Maybe it was a bait. I don't know, but damn. I'm not going to lie. If I got killed by that, I would claim hacks too. That was fucking impressive. I don't even know where to start with that. Writing the timestamp down real quick. My pen's going out. But hot damn. I don't even know where to begin. So the BTRs are pulling off that hill. Op4 still getting some scouting data from up there. Blue 4 pulling in. If the BTRs are moving, though, it means they're not going to suppress that hill position. So I don't know what that Blue 4 force is going to do. I guess just fight hill to hill, which is a bit of a silly idea. But, I mean, fuck. They need it because Vlad's just going to go pick off more people. Like, fuck. I can't believe that just one shot and then other people started firing, but the dude was already dead. It's like, what? You don't see that too often, man. Damn. I'm sorry, I'll try to move on, guys, but damn. All right, so this three-man team that was dropped off by... Oh, I get it. It's Ilbanek, Liru, because I call him Ibnek. Because I always mispronounce his name. Oh, when they're renaming themselves because they're sick of me mispronouncing their names. I love it. I love it. All right. Okay. I mean, these guys have a BTR of their own they could mount up, but... I mean, they're also doing scouting work to the side to make sure they're not flanked. I'm not sure if their purpose is to hit that hill or if they're just coming around to camp that turn-in point because they know Op4 has the VIP. I don't really get what either side's plan is. It looks like Op4 is folding in that one group, realizing that Blue 4 is not going to do an elaborate flank. I guess Blue 4 is just going to attack the FOB, utilizing their two BTRs to just suppress that position, but they lack any infantry to actually push in because those BTRs are really just two BTRs with a guy scouting for them. 7.62 coaxials are beginning to fire. Yeah, Misano, dude, you got one taps at 400 meters by an AK. That was interesting. Like, I haven't, yeah. I would claim hacks, man. Like, that was a great shot. It looks like the driver is now unconscious in this BTR. I guess Adishka fired back and knocked him out. That's Rizbo. And he just got another knockout. He killed the driver in that Vic. Yeah, so those Dishkas are not to be trifled with. If you go forward with those BTRs, they just have to fire right at the silhouette and they'll be able to get the driver, and if they keep firing, they'll also get the gunner too. Oh, gunner's down. Bullet just went through the driver again. They're both dead. So the BTR attack just completely failed. Benares is trying to get some pickoffs here. Rounds are falling short. He's going to quickly back up. So Blue 4 just lost one of their biggest advantages here. And now it's leaning more in Op4's favor, because with that, they also widen the numbers advantage, but they just eliminated two BTRs. Well, I don't know what Blue 4's plan was, because without support, I mean, those things were just going to come up and harass, but they literally silhouetted against the skyline and just got shot to shit. And then Roland goes down because he tries to get in and drive it too. And now the engine's going on that, so this is either going to cook off or just be permanently disabled. It's a flame out. So you can now have a freaking Dishko with new ace blow up BTRs. Oh my god. Well, that's toast. There goes, oh, the other one's flaming out again. What's that? Can you send Dream to bed so we can go ZZZ before he starts saying obscenities in the chat again? I'd appreciate it, buddy. Yep, ammo and flame fire cook-offs, everything's happened. All right, Dream. For now you can stay. Never mind. What's that can do that? Dream will sometimes come in my chat and start saying really bad words. Yep, so that thing's just going to keep cooking off as it burns through its fuel and its ammo. Yep, too late. So I think OFCRA is going to start abandoning this position. Even though they got a few additional kills, they're going to try to get out of here now. I think that's a RPK or a PKM firing. Nope, it's just a regular... Nope, that is an RPK. All right. They're trying to pick off who they can, but they're leaving the ammo Vix behind. They're conceding that. So I think instead, they're going to go for defending the FOB and cashing in the VIP. And then OO the third is Dream's alternate account. Dream, in the future, don't start it off by saying you're going to bed, okay? Because normally when you're up super late, you start getting a little crazy. So, shrug. He's going to be mad at me for that one, but... Whew. So I'd assume OFCRA is going to now go to that FOB, and that's going to be their last stand position. OFCRA, meanwhile, had that Vanguard force to the north now fold in, and Blue Force starting to come up to their spawn point. They just sniped one of the dudes. Putting some more shots on him to make sure he's dead. Oh, that was another hit. And you got Virgil over there. And now you got this Blue Force firing up on that hill. Where's Vlad? Okay, they shot out the Vic, so now they can't go on foot. Come on, Vlad. I want to see you do it again. What's that untimeout, Dream, if you don't mind? Oh, wait a oh gosh. And OFCRA is now rushing this Blue 4 position. Dishka's coming up. Is that Dishka? It is a Dishka. That could take out the BTR. This guy's popping out the other Dishka. I think that's a mistake. They need one of the Dishkas to at least pen the BTR. Instead, they're doing it with an RPG, but they missed. No one noticed, though. Maybe Matt did. Yep, Matt sees NASA and starts engaging. Now you got the Dishkas firing on the rear of that BTR. NASA was just taken out, but the other guy was taken out. Bat's taken out. Fox now trying to engage. Ooh, the gunner taken out. Fox shoots out the driver before he's run over. Fox getting another kill. Fox on 3. Saving that BTR, because now that BTR is turning its gun left. Shooting the shit out of that Dishka now. Kills both of them. Nordic left on his own. He's trying to make a run for it. Just gets over the ridge. Oh, that got turned around because one of the Dishkas dismounted and they weren't able to track that BTR properly. Fox, not sure who just put a shot on Nordic there. And that did not play in the Mujahideen's favor. Meanwhile, more Mujahideen rushes have happened. Bluck is now up here. Kills Timek. All the guns sound the same, though. These guys are super confused with what's going on. Despo might see Bluck. Bluck gets him. Templar now running back. Doesn't see Bluck. What is going on? And these two now don't know. Are they deaf? Bluck trying to find a firing position, isn't able to land it. Templar still doesn't know what's going on. Maybe he does now? Catches Bluck reloading. Got the MTLB firing at Bob here. Bluck goes up and kills Templar. What is going on? Bluck's killed everyone up here. He's looking for Vex. He finds Vex. What the fuck was this? We just killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just killed all 5 of the infantry dudes up here. Fort Kickass has fallen. Yeah, I don't know. So OPFOR are doing suicide rushes and they're somehow working. What on earth? Nordic's still hiding in this tree. Fox is over here. And the BTR's up here as well. Did Nordic just see Fox? He's trying to find a firing angle. Lolo's walking around back here, though. He can't see Nordic. RPG just came in. It was short. There goes Fox. Lolo's now running up to check that out. He's throwing grenades at the BTR. Oh, little bit of a bumper car there. Lolo gets back in. And then he gets out. Then he gets back in again. Why did that work? Because people are silly. That's why it worked, Nemesis. So OPFOR lost a group, Blue 4 lost a group. OPFOR still maintaining that numbers advantage, but some of these firefights, I don't get it. It just happens. So I think both of these Vics have been shot up to the point that the guns are going to be stuck in place, so Nordic's not going to be able to take them and use him. He's going to lay low for a second. He did get a kill on Fox there, though. That was the best play he could have made. And Bluck's now harassing people. He actually crippled Ezio. Ezio throwing smokes on his position. I thought for a second that was an RGO. I was going to laugh my ass off. Now, he can find an RPG. He can take out that MTLB, but I don't think there was an RPG gunner up here. I don't think it's cooking off anymore, but I think that one force that was on the flank is now on that hill that original OPFOR force was in. I'd imagine this was the OPFOR force that was, yeah, so they charged up here and dismounted, and Bluck got around all the Blue 4 guys and was able to kill them all. So that was a very Pyrrhic victory. He was the original group that came around on the south. I don't know. I could still see OPFOR maintaining this lead because Blue 4 has just been absolutely screwed up. All right, few names. We still got Zicky alive on Blue 4. He's been scouting around. Is Zixme? Zixme is dead. No, that's the reserve Zixme. No, okay, the actual Zixme is still alive. Almost forgot about that. Nordic's checking bodies. That BTR slowly climbing up. If he could find that RPG-7 gunner, he could take out that BTR. I think he's just a little shell-shocked right now. Got the BTR firing overhead. Yeah, so here is an RPG right here. Did they spot Nordic? Got some Blue 4 guys coming up here, too. This is the PKM techie that was left at Op 4 spawn. No, they don't know Nordic's up there. Lolo wouldn't dismount for that. Is he going to grab the RPG, though? Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Nordic Prophet getting out! Oh, God, he just killed Zicky! And Lolo kills him. No, that wasn't Zicky. Zicky was back there. He killed Ibnek. Who, excuse me, Ilbanek. He did his best there. They're first person only, yes. In vehicles and as infantry on the ground. Oh, cook-off. Because they shot up that vehicle. That destroyed all the tires on there, blew up their transport, but they've got some other transport they can use back there. Oh, that blew up their other transport. Seal, you better run, buddy. The cook-off god is angry. Yeah, this new cook-off system with Ace is pretty funny. It's kind of back to the old Ace, like from years ago, where like shit would just randomly cook off over small rounds. Have this, every vehicle would have this like flare up and then explode. Now it just explodes. Okay, do any of these guys have an RPG? Bluck is being shot at by the MTLB. Nico has an RPG. He could do it. He has an LR, so he can get into contact with his guys or harass Blue Force comms. Oh, this MTLB is going to drive right into that Op 4 position. Nope. All right, they're diverting a little to the right. Where's Nico? Nico, take your time, buddy. You can just run up there and boop that thing. It's not even paying attention to you. Yeah, there you go, buddy. No, keep going. Keep going. Bluck needs you. Don't play coy. You know where it is. You can hear it. Nico. Go up with Rick. Rick can scout for you. No, Nico. No. It's over there, guys. I can only assume they're checking to see if there's any infantry escort with it, because they're not going to believe that an MTLB is by itself, because Bluck hasn't been able to radio in that he killed off the infantry. See, look at what this thing's doing. It's getting suppressing that position so Blue 4 can run up and kill Bluck. So they really need to AT that MTLB so Bluck can then focus on those two guys without being suppressed. Guys, make a move, please. Bluck's going to die. You have the power. Guys, you're killing me. Like, even if there was, like, a squad of infantry up there, you still want to send a guy to, like, poke his head over the hill just to see what's there, and then you could grenade spam the infantry. Like, do it. The lid. Hey, Hatuni, how you doing? Come on. There you go. Okay. So, if you're sending this guy up, that means you don't... yeah. There was no reason for that stall. And Bluck's dead. By Benares. Falcon's not playing, unfortunately. At least they'll be able to get this MTLB AT'd, but... Oh, come on. Come on. Pull it out. Pull the... Okay. You missed the opportunity. All right. I'm glad you had fun, Nordic. Glad you did. Good kill on Fox. And then good kill on Ilbanek. Look, I get the caution, all right? But the best thing they could have done was sent one of the dudes that was just a rifleman, poke his head over, identify if there's infantry with that Vic. He would have seen there was nothing. He would have then went back, called over for the AT guy, and the AT guy could have then sprinted up and taken out the MTLB. No problem. It's just everyone is super cautious sometimes because it's one life. They don't want to even take the risk. But, yeah. You got to throw a little bit of caution to the wind in those plays because you just have to make the smart play. Yeah, Nordic, you killed Fox. I don't think you knew that you got him up on that ridge. That was while you were prone here, and you killed Fox, who was checking his buddy's body here. And then you killed... I don't know where his body went, but you killed another guy. Here it is. It's under the car now because the Vicks exploded. And then you were taken out by Lolo, who was at the flank. Look, at the end of the day, though, the gain that OPFOR would have gotten by taking out that MTLB would have been minor. It just would have been another vehicle that Blue 4 would have lost. That would have only left them with one BTR up here. They might have commandeered the ones on the hill, though. But I feel like if OPFOR just continues to put the pressure on Blue 4, things are going to deteriorate. And that's kind of what we're seeing now. Blue 4 was strategically putting everything in position. That front assault got assaulted. That hill position got taken. You guys dubbed Fort Kickass. And that northern flank got hit pretty hard. And now Blue 4 is just kind of hunkering down. They're now spread way too thin to do this plan, but I think they're trying to carry it out anyway. But OPFOR is, they still have that high number advantage, so I think just if OPFOR keeps getting those small victories, they'll be able to win it. But we need to see OPFOR not throw caution to the wind, but make the safe plays to move forces up to scout things out when they need to. And yeah, this is a huge AO as well. But Freelancer Freak, thanks for the 19-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, Nordic, I would have tried the same thing in your shoes as well, to be perfectly honest, but for any Helixes that are from 3CB, a good rule of thumb is if they're shot to shit and smoking, the gun coax is probably going to also be jammed at that point, and it's not worth trying to get on it. What you should have looked for was an RPG. Which I think there was one we saw, but it was still on the open hillside, so it was just, you know, in the heat of the moment with your adrenaline pumping, do you think it's worth it or not? Because me telling you that there was an RPG and you should have grabbed it is dumb. Because, I mean, I wasn't in your shoes, you know, feeling your adrenaline, feeling you freak out. I would have played a really cautious play there. Or what's that? They should just have a smaller map size overall. But the thing is, OFCRA matches go for like an hour and a half. So the reason they give such a big AO is to allow for the attacking faction, quote-unquote, to, you know, make a very large play. So OPFOR are redeploying their forces. Yeah, now this group's been spotted. So now he's kind of in trouble because he has no way to get back there without being exposed, and he just has to hope that gunner's a shitty shot. This group's gone up here. Weird choice, but okay. You know, another thing, I don't know where that pilot is anymore. I'm assuming he's stashed away, because last time we saw him, he was in the shotgun seat of this Vic. And he's clearly not there anymore. Rounds are short. He has to forward it a little more. That's fair, Nordic. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's completely fair for that logic. If you look for AT and can't find it, then you go for the next best thing. I don't think that PKM is going to do anything to a 60, if I recall correctly. They could help disable its turret, though. We do have a marksman firing on Vlad. That would be Zicky. Oh, wait, no, Zicky's AT. Seal is the marksman. Okay, I got that wrong. My bad. Now, does this group have... They're being shot at on the rear, actually. They do have PHK with an RPG, though. And they do have that Dishka. Alright, so that OPFOR group's pulled back. Now you just have OPFOR on the northern side. But these are the types of positions that Blue 4 wants to catch OPFOR in, so they can pretty much flank them and force them to maneuver. So good call on Blue 4 capitalizing on this opportunity. Now the question is, are they going to drive right into that BTR? That BTR is actually hauling ass away, but its gun is focusing on that hill. And you got the PKM now firing at those two, that sniper-spotter combo. Oh, is that a little blue on blue? Technically red on red. Yeah, no, that's... Why are you shooting at a technical? Why did you kill your technical gunner? You literally spawned with those. If no. That's what no means. I don't know. So who would the fault be? Benno for ranging them as targets, or Ivno for firing at the targets? That just means multiple people screwed up at that level. Which I get it, they're freaking out because they think there's another force coming up to their hill because there's no lines of communication, but damn, like... Blue 4 is unlikely to use your own vehicles against you because they have better shit. Yeah, PID, what's that? There's the marksman trying to pick stuff off again. There's the BTR firing. I don't think that RPG is going to reach from this range. It's about a click away. Shot's going right over Benno's head. No way. Oh, that BTR started moving. It might have actually hit. I think it would have been actually just short, like literally a hair short. That was pretty damn close, though. It's, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. At that range, I would not feel comfortable making that shot. So the fact that he was able to get that close can impress even me. I love how they're firing 7.62 at those. You're still... Wait, okay, no, you're firing at the helicopter. Okay. I was about to say, like, please tell me you've identified that as a friendly position by now. Please. Yeah, right. I'd be better off just whiffing the shot and then somehow hitting it, because that's what I do. That's how I got Remy. Just whiff the damn shot. Are any of these guys medics? I'm not able to tell because of symbolism. Wait, yes, Rizbo has the medical backpack, so I would assume that means he is a medic. That guy's a medic too, so they should be able to save him. Okay. So Blue 4 has moved down. They can get this objective done. They can move forces to the FOB. The only thing that's left is the pilot, which they can stop OPFOR from getting into that position. So unless OPFOR does some sort of breakout, we got this force that's displaced completely south. I think Blue 4 is going to be able to win this by points, despite OPFOR having a pretty significant numbers advantage right now. Because OPFOR is just boxed in, completely out of position here. They're running Ace Advanced Medical. No, none of the KAT mods. Alright, so they got hopped up. Yeah, what's that's exactly right. Thankfully, most groups don't need the high levels of complexity that they could get by adding additional mods, because Ace itself has some pretty good levels. But some groups are really into that stuff, and by all means, if people want to play like that, they're more than happy to. No one should tell them otherwise. Yeah, so that helicopter is now just orbiting this position. Basically, so if any of the OPFOR guys try to run off, that helicopter will be able to say to, the remaining Blue 4 forces, hey, they're displacing either to the depot or the FOB. I think that helicopter's already gone through the FOB a few times and seen nothing there. CAT adds things like airway management and all this other stuff. Like chest presses, like the whole 9 yards. All right. At this point, Blue Force should just deal with the vehicles and then take the FOB and continue to harass this position with the BTRs on support. This force, I think they're lost. Unless they're trying to go all the way around to capture Soviet vehicles, which there's only about a little over 30 minutes left on the round, but I don't know. Still got the BTR trying to range shots in. Another BTR flanking. That was the ammo trucks exploding, so now Blue 4 has the points for those ammo trucks. They only demoed one, though. They haven't demoed the other one yet. No, Mad, because they're going to the opposite team's resupply, which won't have any resupply for them. Maybe medical, but that group hasn't really done anything. They've been on a flank for a while, and then they tried to push up to do something, and then pulled back, and then, yeah, they don't need resupply. Is that the other Vic getting shot? Nope, but they'll go and, I guess, re-demo it. So Seal was the guy getting shot at. BTR now coming up to the northern flanks. Got to be careful. If it gets too close, it'll be within RPG range. One side's using AK-74s, Blue 4, and OP4's using AKMs. So 5.45 versus 7.62 by 39. So they would not be able to load each other's ammo. Oh, is Zicky... No, he's going south. I thought Zicky was climbing this hill and he was going to solo this. Which I'm not going to lie, Zicky would be the type to do something like that and win the fight, too. Alright, so they're working on the other ammo, Vic. They're suppressing Seal again on the smoke. The Mad Lad, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do an elaborate flank. He's gonna get up on this hill to scout it out, and then he's gonna start taking them out. The fucking Mad Lad. The BTR's pushing up there too. Really bad idea. Because that'll definitely put him in RPG range. I think that force realized they were going the wrong way because they're going up the same road that they were going down a few minutes ago. Seal's just distracting right now. That's the other ammo truck cooking off. All right, so now Blue 4's officially done it. I think they just shot the shit out of that Vic with a Dishka. Lolo's now making a run for it. And he gets picked up by a Manshot and Daedalus. Yeah, why they... I don't know why they did that. I thought they knew there were bad guys up here. Because otherwise, if they didn't think bad guys were up here, Ziki would have just come in from right here and been fine. But I don't know. All right, Ziki, come on. Give me a reminder of why I call you one of the best players here, please. Do it. You got Seal under there. He's just going to camp that hostage zone. I doubt the VIP's down there unguarded. So I don't know where OFCRA has it stashed. There's Ziki picking off Daedalus on the rooftop. And only 3 shots. He's loading the RPG. What warhead comes out? It's a VL. Technically an AT. He's changing the warhead now. Is that another VL? Yep. Goes over the Vic. Loads it again. Fires it in there, knocks tackle out. Reloads it again. Comes up from a different spot. Gets knocked out, but he got a kill. Someone on the rooftop. He might wake back up, but I'm not sure. Got a little too ballsy on that hill with those RPGs, unfortunately. We'll see if he wakes up. I don't think he has armor on. He just has a flak vest, which wouldn't really stop bullets. HER frag would have been nice indeed. So I only got 2, knocked out a 3rd, did some damage to everyone in the compound overall. I was hoping for a little more, but hey, that's okay. He still went positive on his KD and helped knock out the OPFOR advantage. But with that other hill supporting, he wouldn't have been able to run down here without getting shot at. There goes tackle bleeding out, so he did get 3-1. And they're firing down at Seal again. So OPFOR's dismounted. They're checking the camp base. And Blue 4 is going to go take the fob. I don't think Ziki's waking back up. It's firing some GLs up to the north. I don't know. So for the next 25 minutes, OPFOR need to make an attack on the fob at this rate, and they need to also have a defensive group on this turn-in zone, go grab the VIP and move in there, and then they could pull out the victory because Blue 40 has points for the ammunition depot. Vix, what are you doing? What? What? Hello? You know, some people don't get lost, but Virgil's fucking lost. Are you okay, buddy? You're... how did you get up there? Did he just walk north and then realize he was walking the wrong way and I was gonna walk oh my god. Let's look. Virgil is a reserve, so he just went the wrong way. He walked like freaking He walked like 4 to 5 clicks northeast, and he's like, oh, wait, I might be going the wrong way here. Oh, my God. Just usual OFCRA for you. Yeah, I guess. Holy shit, who did it? I think it was Ethan that time. Yeah, with the machine gun. He just picked off Seal. Wow. A lot of good shooting by OFCRA today. Blue 4 has to be careful, because if they keep throwing small groups up to OFCRA and losing their numbers, OFCRA is going to have enough to just steamroll what remains at that FOB and still pull the W out here. So they're sending forces up. He's going to still suppress, but they're going to realize that that position's clear. Meanwhile, no! Of course. Zixme finding Zicky's body and picking it clean. This is the pinnacle of FNF right here. The dude still had another RPG warhead, too. And he's dead. So, OPFOR now getting control back. We got a Blue 4 team right here of 5 dudes. I don't agree with this. They should have stayed in the low ground, came around. Since I would assume they know about the 2 OPFOR positions, they should have just come up to the taller one so the other one would have been able to support it. Because now what this does is this group can then send something down and flank that position. And these guys are just shooting at fortifications because they sent a lot of their forces over in that position. So they should have just come around instead, but you never want to engage a taller position when you're next to a smaller position, because that smaller position can then just flank you and the taller position can support them. So now they're trying to move up by cover fire, but if they move up this direction, then the smaller position will be able to support and pick off those guys. So the only thing I can think of is Blue 4 doesn't know about this garrison up here, at least this 5-man team doesn't, which means there's a breakdown in communication. For what reason? I don't know. Ah, it's going to be on the 25th? Nice. That's going to be the FNF OFCRA fight. The heli's still just doing random orbitals right now. I think. Okay, I don't know where the heli is. It was Flip, so Flip's actually landed. He landed on the FOB, that's why. All right. So, yeah, they're just going to hold the FOB with that group. But my point is, this is only a handful of guys here. OPFOR could easily storm that position. They still have the time to do it. If they call this northern position, excuse me, that southern position back, because I don't get why would OPFOR attack Blue 4's turn-in point for the VIP when OPFOR has the VIP? I guess just to check it, but there's no reason then go in and clear it if you don't see anything on it. You know what I mean? Because OPFOR already has control of the VIP. They haven't brought him to the capture zone yet. They've stashed him away somewhere. That's not the VIP. I think that's an AI that they cable tied. I don't think these guys have realized that they've been they've been flanked, and instead of... Wow, okay. Yeah, so here's the VIP. They're going to now bring them down there. So they're collapsing on that position. That might actually allow these 3 guys to go on that spot. And these guys might have just spotted the VIP being moved to the north. But I don't think Blue 4 has the manpower, 20 minutes remaining, to take that position. Now, if they get these 3 guys, they jump these 3 guys, kill them off, grab their PKM and just start laying hate on that position. Maybe they'll get a few more pickoffs, but they will need this 2-man group to also push up, potentially capture this BTR-60 back and use its weapon to suppress because there's no AT. OPFOR probably would have AT at that point, so it would have to be a really quick suppression. There's PHK with it, for example. Then maybe. That vehicle's hosed. It's been shot to shit multiple times. Seen smoke come out of it. The engine's dead. I'm surprised they haven't seen him yet. You know what I mean? Like, OPFOR is going to see him and start shooting because they just... You knew this was an enemy position because you shot at it. Why aren't you displacing down the hill to get closer? Poke your head up and see it's... Some of the infantry movements I've seen today kind of piss me off. I'm sorry to say. No, so OPFOR totally saw him. They're spooked. Now they're looking in that direction. They're going to send Benno on the flank to go in. He's got another PKM. That's a really smart call. Now you got those two guys suppressing. But Benno's doing exactly what Blue4 needed to do. Maybe they thought there were more guys up here than they actually thought because they started suppressing positions that were empty. That's the only logical thing I can think of, in all honesty. Hognar running back and forth. I don't think he realizes that those are his friends shooting at this position. He might think they're enemy. I think Benno's going to be able to get up here and just flank everything. Now he has to collapse. Hanu grenades the hostage, okay. He's playing Fuse from Rainbow Six Siege, I see. He even hurt himself with that grenade. I love these players. And now Ethan and Lone are pulling back, leaving Benno to, I guess, do this solo? I mean, not what I was expecting, but okay. I guess it makes sense. Maybe they think there's a larger force coming in and Benno just wants to kill stuff. I don't play Siege either, I just know the memes. Unfortunately, when you do Arma 3 mission making and Zeusing, it doesn't leave you with much time for anything else. I like what Benno's doing. He's now checking this flank because he's alone right now, and the two guys that were going to support him are running with their tail between their legs. He could still get on top of these three guys once he realizes it's just three of them. We'll probably hear these guys start shooting, and then maybe he'll fold in. But now he's going to start coming up to this hill. And Blue4's not going to turn around and see him. And if they do, it's out of pure luck. Petuni, you probably went kablooey. So I'd have to imagine OPFOR has to send some forces in. But they have to divide their forces in half, and it might not be enough to take that fob. Yep, so Benno's now clearing this hillside. I think he sees that movement over there. He shouldn't focus on that, though, because he knows that there's forces up here. And so he doesn't want to get tunnel visioned on the forces out in the distance. He wants to go and clear the forces that were already in front of him. Fair, Hitsune. All right, Benno, come on. Shoot your shot. Become a legend. So now he's going to go for those guys. He's going to check behind this vehicle first, make sure it's clear. Good call. Use his cover, try to look up. He's not going to be able to see much past that tree, though. Come on, Benno, it's OFCRA. They almost never pull pull 360 security. How did they knock over a trench wall? Wait, no, it's a rock wall. How did they knock that over? How do you do so much damage you knock over a wall? Ooh, this position, Arlos might be able to turn around and get him. Eliminate them, Bino. Great throw. Grenade knocks out Ale, and Benno, yeah. Oh, that was fucking textbook. He overshot the grenade, but that was exactly what he needed to do to knock out the guy down there that he didn't know about. So his luck kind of kicked in there. That's exactly, I told you, he was going to be able to do it. Now he's going to hunker down. He's going to wait it out, potentially do some medical. No, he's switching to an AK because he's out of ammo. Ooh. Ilos woke back up. He lost a good chunk of blood, though, but he's now going to crawl back up the hill. In Benno's shoes, I wouldn't check down that hill either. I would have assumed that they would have stayed up there. Well, if these two ran down there, they're now at that position, they should then report that, hey, we might have a friendly up there. So if Benno gets shot at, I'm going to be annoyed. He's checking the northern sides here. 14 minutes. When this fight dies down, I'm going to go check points and tell you who's probably going to win based off of what's gone on. Arlo still bandaging. If Benno comes over that hill, though, he's going to see him. Hops over. He just got shot at by that enemy position. He goes prone. There have been a few friendly fire incidents, but that was because they just didn't know where their own units were. I don't think... In this case, it would be because he's... he told the two guys that were here that he was probably going up in that direction, so I don't see if they... I'm just gonna get angry. Alright, come on, Benno. Doing another wide flank. He's not gonna see him. So I don't see him on the tall grass right now either. Oh. Arlos is behind the trenches now. And just skates away. It would be funny if Arlos came up and just shot him in the back. But nope, he's going to now run to friendlies, take that victory. To him, he swept this entire perimeter, and Arlos was just able to, you know, go back and forth on him. So I'm not surprised. Perception is a bitch when it comes to PvP in general. I just realized, I think my music ran out. It switched to the Payday soundtrack. That's funny. All right, let's refresh that puppy. All right, shooting's died down. I'm going to tab out real quick. All right, so point values-wise, the FOB is worth 3 points, and the trucks are worth 2 points per. The VIP is worth 4 points, and the Supremacy is 1 point. So Blue 4 have 4 points right now because they've captured... they destroyed those two Vics, and they've got the FOB under control. So they have 7 points total. Op4 only has 4 points for the VIP. So they are going to have to push that FOB in the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, they lose. So Op4, they folded in this final group. They're probably going to fold in and kill those two guys, but then they're going to have to launch a counterattack on the FOB itself. I think Blue 4 is going to win this to time. Because I don't think Op4 has understood that they're at a losing angle here. Because otherwise they'd be... No, Blue 4 doesn't need to push any additional forces here. They didn't even need to push this. I think they're doing this purely to harass and slow Op4 down, and it's working. And that's caused Op4 to fold in that one last group. And where's Veril? I think Veril left because he realized he was lost. No, he died. No, what got... Wait, what got him? Hold up. What? What killed you? What shot you in the back? What the... Who shot you? I don't know anymore. There's no way a stray bullet would travel like 3 kilometers. He probably just disconnected and that's a damage texture, but still, that's funny. God decided to smite him. Yep, sure. See, what bugs me the most is I don't think OFCRA realize that they're going to lose. Because they could have totally taken that southern squad, attacked the southern side of the FOB, committed half the forces here to attack the north, and then just sweeped and cleared that FOB itself by completely outnumbering that Blue 4 force. So I think it's just a breakdown in communication between the squads of OFCRA, because there was no ground command. It was all just squads working together. And that just goes to show you why it is really important to have a chain of command. Where's Benno? I hope he made it. I don't see him. There he is. Okay, yeah, he's safe. He's safe. Good God. He's buried under FAWR. Yeah, so they've stolen Seal Williams' marksman rifle. Now they're trying to pick off the 2 Blue 4 guys up there. Less than 8 minutes. I don't think OFCRA has the time now to go take the FOB. I think it's going to be GG with Blue 4 winning because they played the objectives. Blue 4 took a risk by sending some of their forces out to go attack the VIP position, knowing that OFCRA already had it. And I guess it worked, because if they didn't send it and they just focused on the FOB, that would have risked the FOB itself, and OFCRA might have been able to take it. But with this, it somehow delayed OFCRA's response. So all these 2 Blue 4 guys need to do is just hold out. Settler getting hit. Navy firing back. So at this point, Navy just needs to keep playing that distraction. Trying to engage Sippo here. Sippo got hit quite a few times, but he's still up. I think Sippo got so hard he decided to stand and prone, stand and prone, stand and prone 20 times. It does have a turret, but it's facing away, and it would be way too risky to pull that out because he'd just get picked off on it. Navy's at this point just fighting to stall at this for this operation. The only other thing I can think of is the supremacy bonus, but that's only worth a single point for this scenario, and that's not going to make the difference. Even if OFCRA were to get it, it would still be 5 points to 7 points. And Navy gets blown up by an RPG blast, destroying the vehicle and cooking him off next to it. Dirty tactic, but it works. So again, to explain, there were 2 ammunition trucks in this depot. Blue 4 had to destroy them. OFCRA had to hold them. Each truck was worth a point if it was alive or dead. So Blue 4 blew both up, so that's 4 points. That FOB is worth 3 points, so Blue 4 has 7 points right now. OFCRA have the VIP in their turn-in compound. He's worth 4 points. OFCRA has 4 points right now. Both sides have over 5 players, so neither side gets the 1 point supremacy bonus. Blue 4 is close. I think they only have like 9 or 10 guys left, though. But that's it. And we're at the 5-minute mark. I don't see OFCRA remounting Vix and charging into the FOB at this point. So, I think it's GG. So here's the deal, guys. This will wrap up in a bit. I'm then going to go have dinner. I have access to the POG server now, so regardless if no one's there to put it up, I will then put it up myself. And we'll have the POG operation tonight at 8 p.m. on the dot. And then we will be on the ground for TM shenanigans at 10. And then maybe I'll stream some more mission development if I'm feeling up to it. I'm going to have some coffee before Pog, and we'll try to do our best here. But I'm not going to call a prediction until I see the official scoreboard, just in case I screwed something up, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a Blue 4 victory. Now, we are seeing Op4. They are mounting up some dudes in a technical. They are going to start driving out to the FOB. I think they're realizing their mistake, but I think it's too late. It's going to take them 2 minutes to position, dismount, another 30 seconds to get in there. They have 2.5 minutes to kill everyone in this FOB. No way. No fucking way. I don't think there's going to be an overtime counter either, but nah, the MTLB is going to have the entrance locked down with that 7.62 coax. They've dug a layered vehicle trench to prevent a Vic from just charging in. A Vic could knock over one of these walls and push in, but nah. I'm going to be honest, Mad. Mortars are almost always squandered in PvP. And if they're not squandered, they're either used extremely effectively or they're captured by the opponent and then almost used extremely effectively. There was one F&F op that happened, and it was quite messy. So yeah, they have to detour. That's going to add another 30 seconds. They're at 2.5 minutes. So by the minute 30 mark, they're going to be on top of the compound, if that. OFCRA was disorganized because they didn't have a ground command. It was all just different elements working, communicating with each other, which, you know, makes sense for guerrilla warfare with Mujahideen. But they just didn't capitalize on angles that Blue 4 gave them, with the exception of Bluck. Bluck did a great job, but that was a Pyrrhic victory because he smashed his entire force against that. I thought it was just Bluck soloing it with 2 other guys. No, he was with like a full group that got wiped, so that was a very Pyrrhic win. And if it wasn't for Bluck, that would have just been, you know, another Blue 4 element that would have gotten a freebie. Less than 2 minutes. Almost at the minute-and-a-half marker. They're only going to have a minute to push in. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They're trying their best. Ezio jumping out. Sees PHK jump in. PHK gets Benares. Grenade going off, getting Ezio. 50 seconds. Fleesh might have gotten injured there. PHK trying to get an RPG warhead out. He's going to backblast himself. Completely whiffs that shot. Oh, I thought he got headshotted there for a second. He's pinned. He is pinned. Forced to bandage because of that backblast. Fleesh needs to come in and give relief. 27 seconds. Blue 4 had a ground command, yes. He is back here right now. Kubowakowski, that's what I'm going to call him. 13 seconds. You know, if they take out a few more, then they might win by having more manpower in here than the other group. I'm not sure if overtime's going to be called, but there it is. There you go. As I told you, Bob is secured by Blue 4, aka the Soviet Union. Both trucks are destroyed. Mujahideen had the 4 points, but look at that. 9-17. The side with the least players still won. Crazy. All right. Pay out the prediction to Blue 4. If not, I will do that in a second. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. And I will see you guys in a little under 2 hours. Who had the most kills? We don't know, because Arma updated and broke that feature, unfortunately.